Toughest test of the season yet is ahead tonight in the Aggies. Of course, these two teams were once both in the Big 12. They have not met since the 2012 Big 12 tournament. A&M a winner there, and A&M riding an 11-game win streak as well in the series.
Kansas had a good look, just couldn't convert.
Prater gets the defensive assignment on Barker to start things out. Top of the key, another talented freshman for A&M. Sydney Bowles shooting better than 40% from three. Misses from the top of the arc. Rebound by Mayberry of Kansas. And a foul off the ball. Chandler Prater is going to be whistled for the foul on the screen. There's a look at the Jayhawks starting five. Kansas coming off wins over Maine and St. Mary's at the St. Mary's Thanksgiving Classic, including a 20-point win over the host school. Taiyanna Jackson. Here's Kersgieter. Trying to get it inside, stolen away by Patty of A&M.
Oh, the length of Patty disrupting that entry pass. Just not enough height on it. It had a good look. Jackson was open on the backside.
Bounce on out front by Mackenzie Green. Now to the lane.
And that's going to be a difficult matchup with Prater having to defend Barker.
And in for the first time, 6'4" junior out of Denmark, replacing Prater. So Jayhawks get a little bit bigger. Meanwhile, down low, Barker's defending on Taiyanna Jackson in quite a battle down in the post. Here goes Kersgieter, the step through, and flips it up with the left hand. Kersgieter, leave her alone. She'll fire from three and off the mark. Putbacks up and good by Jackson. Malone in some trouble, looking for help. Gets a backdoor cut. Green to the hoop and can't hit. A&M gets it back. Patty down the lane with the lay-in.
In a building like Allen Fieldhouse with all the tradition and all the history.
Bowles pulls up this time inside the three-point arc, but has missed her first three. Franklin finds the seam and down the left.
Really well, over 40% from beyond the arc.
Little three-quarter court trap that time up the floor for A&M. Kersgieter knocks down her first three. 34% a season ago. They were a decent three-point shooting team last year, but so far they have not dropped. Kersgieter tries to reverse the trend.
And she can really light it up. How's the green light? You know that a shooter like that, she's going to work out of a shooting slump. 154
threes all time. She's 7th on the all-time three-point list here in Kansas. Trapping defense on Hilton. With the ball to Malone down the lane and gets a soft touch. Jada Malone going to the rim. She's out there in place of Barker. Ripped away. Here goes Hilton to the rim. And the steal converts back. A little bit of a lull both ways. Mayberry off the back iron. Rebounded by A&M. Here goes Bowles. She's ahead of the pack. And lays it in. Streaks down the floor. 6 straight points and now a 1-point ball game.
Sydney Bowles showing some speed. I thought for sure Mayberry was going to be able to catch up with her, but that was impressive for her runaway speed.
Inside to Jackson.
We're seeing a different rotation for Kansas and that 4 position because of some injuries.
Still playing without Ioana Hatzileonte. Off the dribble, the top-ranked recruit for A&M, not available at the moment for the Aggies. Bowles goes to work. Spin shot in the lane. Nice little shooter's touch. Mayberry defending on Green. Talegdi helping out as well. Across the timeline, just in time for Green. Kansas now settles back in the man-to-man.
And Coach Brandon said that he thought the trip to California, they developed some increased confidence and some defensive stamina on that trip.
Ooh, look at that little... Bowles to the high dribble, looking for help. Ripped away. Mayberry got a hand on it first, then Jackson comes away with it.
The quickness from Mayberry disrupts, gets a hand, deflects that pass.
Kersgieter inside to Jackson for the lay-in. Entry pass from Jessen. Foul before the shot, so Kansas on the inbound. Harassing is Kindred on Franklin. Now they get to Jackson. Kick in the corner, Mayberry for three. Got it. So the third freshman, Petticordian, she was a original recruit of Kersgieter with the shot, making the mid-range jumper. And Kersgieter in double figures already with 10. Kansas matches its biggest lead. Bowles will fire away as well. for Jackson. As always, we'll keep an eye on the blocked shots as well. We'll have a seat, escorted by Coach Taylor.
Well, Barker's moved from that position on the bench up a little bit closer, perhaps maybe ready to check in, but now another new Aggie goes down.
Franklin, this time with the right hand down the lane. Strom gets the pass, had room to work, cut off nicely by A&M down in the lane that time from Malone. Here goes Kersgieter, draws the contact, gets it up and in.
And her ability, she raised her right hand and still allowed to play through that contact.
Patty a little out of control, flipped up the left hand. She looks like she might be hurt as well. Gets up slowly for A&M. They're kind of running out of post players here, Jill, in the first half. 20 seconds to go. Franklin down the lane.
This up and in. Probably could have held for the last possession, but a wide open look at the basket, and she took it and drove it all the way in.
Hilton down to 3. Patty will have to launch. Top of the circle, 3, and gets it to drop. Heavily taped right wrist. So Prater and Barker, who match up against one another, neither played much in the opening half. Also, Wyvette Mayberry back on the floor as well. Mayberry picked up 2 fouls in the opening half. Kersgieter right to work.
The basketball blowing by the defense.
Bowles stops and pops. Kersgieter another rebound. She's got a little extra pep tonight, does she not?
And I think the pace at which Kansas can play can really show in the second half. An entry pass, absolutely. And they play really well together. Pick in the pocket is Mayberry.
Finishes at the other end.
Your home floor, and Kansas trying to schedule.
Out of bounds down at the A&M end. Jayhawks an 11-2 start here to the second half. They get a look for Bowles in the corner, rattles home the 3. Second half, and then came out. Her night might be done. It's like unable to really contribute anything on the offensive end. Maybe leading scorer for A&M.
Maybe more of a decoy if she does come in to try to rebound and get some easy putbacks, but
Kersgieter, feet set, 3 is up, 3 is down for Holly Kersgieter with 3 made threes, gets the steal here and finishes at the hoop. Rip and run.
Really good defense, fighting through screens.
Strom and Taiyanna back into the Kansas lineup. Strom wearing number 11 out front of the guard. Kersgieter will launch again from 3 and hit with an injury. But Jayhawks 5 for 13 from 3. Well, the biggest lead at 20 a moment ago. Now down the 1 minute mark. Taiyanna inside off the block. And just one officially here this evening, so 16 on the season. Entry pass inside. Franklin sips it to Jackson.
Left the Big 12 and now in the SEC, and they have the second youngest team in the SEC.
Talegdi from 3 for her first Jayhawk bucket. Prospect. And a point guard spot for A&M. Bowles currently not on the floor. Drive to the hoop and finish for Joe.
The coaching staff to their team is we got to hold them because they do such a good job of rebounding the ball on the offensive side.
Terrific ball movement.
In the third quarter, opening up with 11-0 run, and that 21-8 third quarter was the difference, and Kansas hasn't looked back since then, and looking to close this one out on a strong note.
Jayhawks getting it back again via the turnover. Mayberry around the world and in.
Jamie Taylor's going to do wonderful things at that program.
Strong drive to the hole by Jones. Comes up empty. Sana Strom now in for Kansas. Prater sings it into Jackson. Switches block to block.
You get there because of that lateral step, and Holly Kersgieter has just been stifling defensively.
Blocked the pass that time to get the steal. Strom off the screen. Little give and go to Jackson for the finish. And that ends the Kansas run at 12 straight. Backdoor. Strom with the finish off the assist.
Very European basketball, didn't it? A little backdoor cut.
Driving to the hole. So under a minute to play. Jayhawks going to move to 6-0 on the season. Look at that. Talegdi to El Tayeb.
Was the difference in that second.
So Jayhawks win it. Impressive.